Hey guys, hope everyone is doing good. I have a project to share with you today. A design team project for KraftSupplies4u for the month of May. And I am a little bit late on doing this because I've been out of town. Actually, was out of the country for a couple days. Back now, getting caught up, so I apologize that these videos are coming later than they normally do in the month. But, so, just to let you guys know. So I have a couple projects to share with you. So the first thing I did here is I altered a bank. You can see there's the little slot where you put your change. And I love using sometimes like all of one color. I don't know, it just has a certain kind of look that I really like. For this one, obviously I used a bunch of white. Underneath here, if you can see, there is some paper and it's white. It has these gold hearts on it. And of course, everybody loves gold right now. That's like the big thing. So I used that paper all around it. And then on top of that, I used a bunch of trims and flowers from the shop. So basically the first thing I did, which you can't really see that well here, is I covered the whole thing with this lace. You can kind of see it right here. It covers all the way around, and on top of that I added this trim right here, and this does come with this ribbon in the center already. Now you can easily take that ribbon out and add your own color if you wanted to, if you want to add a little bit more of a color that you're working with besides just white. For me, I wanted to go, you know, mostly white, so I decided to keep that color inside of that to the top and to the bottom. Super pretty. And then here in the center I added this Venice lace, which is super gorgeous, and I added that all the way around. And then here in the front, what I did was I wanted to actually make some flowers out of this trim right here that I got in my DT package. It's just like an eyelet trim, and when I saw it I thought it would make some really pretty flowers. So I actually haven't even made handmade flowers for like a while, but I wanted to try that. So I actually made this flower right here starting with the eyelet trim. So I put that around, and then there was this other trim under here, if you guys can see that I had received. So I cut some strips off and put that down, and then I added this flower, and then on top of that I added this little gold rolled flower, and I wanted to have a little touch of gold here to coordinate with the paper that was on the bank. So I just added one to the center here. And then as you guys know, I tell you guys a lot, like when I get the like the corsage pieces and like the flower bundles and stuff, I usually cut them apart and kind of make my own thing out of them. And every time like I use something, no matter how big or small the scraps are, I always save them because I always find a way in a future project to use it. So these little hanging pieces here came from a corsage piece, and so I ended up using these, and then these leaves right here were also part of that. So I put 4 of those leaves down, like one in each corner, and then to the side of my flower I added these hanging ones that are super pretty. So they kind of just cascade down. It's kind of hard to tell with the angle of my camera, but they just kind of hang down here. And then on top of each of the leaves I had cut this trim right here, just like that. So like this would be one piece that I cut. So I cut 4 of those off, and then added a piece, as you can see it poking out here, to each one of the leaves, just to give it another layer. And of course I love that trim, so whenever I can use it I do. So I put that like that to give it more dimension and more layers. and then just added my flower to the front. And I love the way that it came out. I love that it's just like simple but elegant, I guess. And I love the colors. And the only thing that I don't like about this bank is that you can't take the lid off. Once you put something in there, it's going to be in there for good, unless you break this apart to get in there. But other than that, I think it's super cute. It's a good way, you know, if you really want to save something that you're not going to need, you could put in there. But I think it's super cute. And like I mentioned, when I had seen this eyelet trim, I knew I wanted to make some flowers. And it's been a good long while since I tried making any homemade flowers, but I kind of wanted to make some to kind of get back into it and just try to see how this trim would work for flowers. So I'm going to share with you guys some of the flowers that I did. So here's one of them. You can see it's really pretty. And so this is what the lace looked like. I just have like a felt circle, and I added the trim around it as the bottom layer. So I used some of the same items that I used on the bank. So for this one, I used eyelet trim and then some other trims from the shop, and then this flower is the same flower that's on here. So I just added that to the center, and this comes with these stamens like this. I actually took them off. Well, not took them off, I just kind of pushed them aside to stick this gold flower on there. But that's how they normally come. You can see they're really pretty. So I did that one, and then I made this one, and mostly I wanted to use the eyelet trim and just do some flowers, similar ones, but that were a little bit different from each other. But on all of them, I used this eyelet trim. And all the items that I used on these are from the shop. So again, I added like some of this pink trim, and then some of this like loopy trim, and then a flower that's from the shop. I think it came out super cute. So I did that one. And then I did this one, again using the eyelet trim. As you can see, it makes a really pretty flower. So I used some more of this trim, and then some little scrap pieces of this trim, and then I used this paper flower in the center. And then the last one I did, of course, my pink, I had to get that in there somehow. Again, I used the eyelet trim. This trim right here, I cut some pieces off and then added it around, and then added this pink flower. Now this one is just the same flower, but it's the pink and white version of it that I've had in my stash. It's from the shop, and I think these would be really cute packaged up together and sent to someone. You could either do them in a pack of 2 or a pack of 4, you know, just depending. But as you can see, that trim is perfect for making some homemade flowers. It was fun to do, and it was pretty simple, but I love the way that they came out. So anyways, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today, my altered bank and my homemade flowers. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.